8 long years. I mean, this is a very, very important exercise. It is part of affirmative action, which is part of our constitution. It's part of the promise that we, as a country, as a republic, makes to the people, we the people, as the preamble says. Why was the delay for 8 years? Let me ask the first question to all of you, the same question. What is the reason, Satya Prakash ji?
So first of all, we need to understand it is not 8 years. The report was not submitted even in 2018. The report was complete, but still they were in the process of giving final touches to the report. By the time the government finished its tenure, next government, Mr. Kumaraswamy, our coalition partner, came there. Then Mr. Kantaraj, who was the chairman of the OBC Commission, Backward Class Commission, went and asked the government, we want to submit the report. The Kumaraswamy government, led government at that time said that, we have some reservations. That is how this report didn't come into the light.
Satya Prakash ji, I said 8 years. First of all, I said it. I'm very poor in arithmetic. First of all, let me confess to all of you. I do not know numbers, but I'm saying I said 8 years because 2015, and it's at that time, I think Siddaramaiah ji took the initiative to get this done. I mean, he was the one. And also, I'm asking you, so many years, 18, it was leaked to some journalist. I also happened to work in a place where it was leaked and it came to us. And now, of course, it's been discarded. I don't know where it is. But I'm asking you, Satya Prakash ji, it is very easy. Why Siddaramaiah? Of course, HDK Kumaraswamy ji was, chief minister at that time, and we've heard, Siddaramaiah ji saying that it is his fault. He didn't do it. I'm just saying, someone who is responsible, the history will remember him as someone who propelled Ahinda movement, someone who keeps talking about how the backward should have equal opportunities. In July, I heard him where he said, we will bring it, then he kept quiet from July to October. After all, the composition has technical problems, it keeps changing. Why is he delaying it so much, sir? Now they are saying November, but it's really too late, I think, to put it into action. That's why I asked you, sir.
I will tell you, please allow me to tell the chronology of events. Then 4 years, the BJP government came in. BJP government didn't take any action on that. Now, the present OBC chairman who is there, Mr. Jai Prakash Hegde, the chief minister has clearly told him that by November, you have to submit the report. Till today, the report has not been submitted to the government. We should know facts. Now, I think, I'm sure that, Mr. Siddaramaiah, who is the champion of social justice and Ahinda movement in Karnataka, will 100% table it in front of the cabinet, and once the cabinet approves, he will put it in the assembly and bring it to the
The answer that I'm looking for, which both of you may not give, and maybe a member of my fraternity, Mr. Grover, will give, is it's politics, silly, is what he's going to say to me. It's like, so I'll go to him last, but then before that, Mr. Prashanth. Mr. Prashanth, thank you for joining us on the show, sir. The question is, why Siddaramaiah? Why am I asking why Siddaramaiah delaying it? Because the buck stops with Siddaramaiah. I mean, he's been voted in, and he's someone, of course, the Ahinda movement is also there. But then let me also tell you that it is not just him, even as Bombay did nothing about it. I mean, there was complete silence, and I think it has, according to me, if the caste census is not out, it is almost like hiding the entire and absolute truth from the people of this country. You have to unmute Prashanth ji. Prashanth ji.
Yes, Sudhaji, it is not about we keeping quiet. You look at the chronology of events, how it has been brought about, and you look at the bigger picture. Congress now, followed with its Indie Alliance partners, are trying to divide people on the basis of caste now, only for electoral gains. You tell me, when there are welfare schemes which are being doled out by the center, where irrespective of the position that somebody is in, if you take Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Jal Jeevan Mission, Ayushman Bharat, Kisan Samman Yojana, all these have benefited the poor and the downtrodden across all the castes. Therefore, there has been no we are not distinguished between a particular community also. In fact, if you look at the beneficiaries in the Awas Yojana and Jal Jeevan Mission, more than 30% are from the minority community, especially in Awas Yojana. And this is a record of the central government, you can check it. So therefore, what this Congress and its allies are trying to do is divide the people solely on the basis of caste to make electoral gains.
I don't understand
Otherwise,
this. I mean, I don't understand that
and
how,
look
I
at
mean,
how Siddaramaiah is showing
it
it
is
now.
actually, it's going above my head. It's so convoluted. I mean, please, sir, don't look for a conspiracy theory where there is none. You know, I am saying, why do you think Mr. Siddaramaiah has delayed it? After all, he is the father of the report. 2015, he started it. Of course, many chief ministers came after that, but nothing has happened. I am asking you, and you say they are dividing it. और रिपोर्ट होगा तभी ना डिवाइड करेंगे, रिपोर्ट ही नहीं है अभी तो.
मैडम रिपोर्ट नहीं तो ठीक है, जो जिस हिसाब से कर रहे हैं वो लोग, यही बोल रहा हूं मैं, जिस हिसाब से सिद्धरामैया जी ने वादा किया था पहला, अब जो कर रहा है, अब जो उसके इंटरनल टजल चल रहा है कांग्रेस के अंदर, डी के शिव कुमार, श्याम शिवशंकरप्पा, परमेश्वर, इन चार लोगों के बीच में क्या चल रहा है सिद्धरामैया के साथ?
Sir, I have done enough stories about what is going on. They need 4 deputy chief ministers, but that's another conversation, Prashanth ji. Vijay Grover, Vijay, I'll come to you, sir. Sir, I'll come to you, sir. Sir, please, thank you for your patience, sir. Vijay Grover, tell me that it is only and only politics and nothing else, or you have a different take on this.
Sudha, I'll tell you the reason why Siddaramaiah, after having initiated it, has delayed it, because this is something which is like, a can of worms which will impact a lot of people, and, a lot of top leaders will feel ruffled. Even the communities that they belong to certainly are not very keen that the report comes out. That's the reason why, given the political pressures that have been there on Siddaramaiah, he has tried to, just keep it in lingering, and that is something. Now, the reason why Siddaramaiah delayed it is the fact that, while he wanted to highlight the fact that, the economically backward communities, especially the extremely backward communities, Idigas and all that, and apart from that, his own, the Kuruba community, have been sidelined for a long time in Karnataka politics. We've seen that Karnataka politics has been predominantly dominated in the last 3 decades by the Vokaligas and the Lingayats, and the other castes have played only support system in terms of influencing the voters to ensure the victory of either a Vokaliga or a Lingayat in most of the constituencies. 139 out of the 234 constituencies are predominantly controlled by these two communities. And this data now, which is being leaked selectively, or, is being discussed about, could change the dynamics of Karnataka politics. That is something which is a cause of worry. And though Siddaramaiah had initiated it, he also knows that he cannot do without the support of the Vokaliga community, because traditionally the Kurubas work with the Vokaligas in most of the rural areas, and this could be something that could change a lot of arithmetic in these constituencies. Now, why this report is important, or why it should come out now, because this is something which will, when we are now discussing Bihar, the outcome of the Bihar report clearly shows that several communities which have been marginalized politically suddenly feel empowered. And that could be something that could be very, very crucial in changing the political dynamics of this entire state. And though, there are a lot of, heartburns we see, especially from the Lingayat community and the Vokaliga leaders, but certainly this could be something which could be a game changer.
Right. Yeah, I think we've lost connection, but Vijay Grover nailed it. He actually, that is the real reason that why politicians are cagey about it, because politics does not really work on you vote for me, I'm a good guy. It takes a lot of matrix, you have to manage a lot of things, and that's the reason why Siddaramaiah actually delayed it. And I'm not saying he is the only one. Whether it is Bommai, whether it is Yadurappa, whether it is HDK, all of them are in the same possible category. let me now go to, yeah, you were raising your hand, Mr. Satya Prakash. Do you want to say something before I ask you? Go ahead, sir.
Sudhaji, we need to understand that in 2015, Siddaramaiah constituted this commission, this census. It was more or less data came in by 2018 during the fag end of his this thing. And it will be Siddaramaiah himself who will, bring this, table this report in the assembly. I'll assure you that. Because none of the other chief ministers like H.D. Kumaraswamy or Yediyurappa or Bommai had the guts to do it. The champion of the backward classes, the champion of Ahinda, it will be Siddaramaiah who will table this report. This I will assure you on behalf of the Congress party.
Right. So, let me just quote what Siddaramaiah said. He said that I had asked the then backward classes minister Puttaranga Shetty to accept the caste census report, but Kumaraswamy did not allow it to happen. So the thing is that it seems, yeah, so it is, it's not as if Mr. Siddaramaiah is a baby in woods, and because HDK did not allow it, he could have easily pushed through it if he is an Ahinda champion, which he is. My whole point is, there is complete nervousness, sir, Satya Prakash sir, because the Lingayats and the Vokkaligas, the matrix is going to change. They are no more going by the numbers, no more the dominant group, because even as we speak, there is a lot of pressure on your party about having deputy chief ministers from the Lingayat community, also from various other communities. Hari Prasad has spoken about it, many other leaders are. So this, don't you think that your approach to politics in Karnataka will undergo a change? If going by the leaked report of 2018, we see SC right at the top, second Muslims. What are you going to do?
See, what we need to understand, Sudhaji, is when it comes to education and employment, even sections of Lingayat and Vokkaligas also are part of OBC, few sections, if you see. When what cannot be measured cannot be improved upon, you need to understand. Why should we measure which community is how much? So that we know affirmative action of government policies can go to the right people as per their population. If OBCs economically most backward OBCs get their due, even the backward among the Lingayat and Vokkaligas also will get their due, because as far as education is concerned, in employment, they also get certain percentage of
no, but
reservation
what if they are not backward in the Lingayat and the Vokkaliga sector, sir?
They should not have a problem, because their brethren also will get some benefit out of this caste census.
Right.
Affirmative action will go to those sections within Vokkaliga and Lingayat too.
Right.
Why
but
should
tell me
Vokkaligas
something.
and Lingayat have a problem?
But the thing is,
जिसका जितना आबादी उसको उतना भागीदारी.
तो फिर
As per
चुप
their
क्यों बैठे?
population chemistry,
अरे बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं कि जिसकी जितनी आबादी है उसकी उतनी भागीदारी. Then why did Siddaramaiah sit on it for 8 years, in the sense that
that is exactly what I'm trying to tell me. Give me 30 seconds and I will prove.
Yeah, only
the report
30.
was not tabled during Siddaramaiah's
Arey,
period.
we know that, sir. Sir, when did he
Yeah,
take
then
oath, sir?
obviously
Sir, when did he
responsible for
take
it.
oath, sir? He took oath in May. Am I right? Maybe I am wrong. May this year? Did he take oath in May? May, June, July, August, September, October, June, okay. 4 or 5 months it's been. He keeps going and saying caste census should happen. Rahul Gandhi says Hindustan mein hona chahiye, ye hona chahiye. Now it's gone to November because they say there is some technical thing. Now Mr. Hegde, he says I'll do it in 1 month. We are sitting in October now. He says I'll do it by November. Something is not right. Something is, there is some problem there.
Sudhaji, nothing is wrong. Backward Commission is an autonomous body. It is not controlled by the government. Government can suggest, please give your report in the next 1 month.
I'm talking about the data that they have to cull. I'm not talking about control. We'll come back to you.
Data
Mr.
is there.
Prashanth,
Data is there.
Mr.
One thing
Prashanth,
is they have to
no,
do
I
some
think
adjustments.
okay, you want me to say, I think Siddaramaiah is very nervous about it because it's going to change
Absolutely not.
the entire complex. What you were thinking about Lingayats and Vokkaliga, all that is going to change. Mr. Prashanth, I want to ask you, I think every chief minister since 2015 is equally guilty. This is the Kannadigas, taxpayers, 170 crore rupees which was spent on this. Okay, but all the chief ministers sat on it. Today, Bommai can say very easily, not Mr. Yediyurappa ji, he is not spoken about it, but Bommai can very easily say, oh, you have to carry out a caste census. But what did he do when he was chief minister, sir? I think this caste census not only has been delayed, there has been a lot of waste of money on this, Mr. Prashanth.
Sudhaji, it is delayed. Let them table it. Why are we talking about some selective leaks? Because it's not officially, no number is come out. All these are figment of imagination, saying somebody is 19, somebody is 16. We don't know. We don't know the contents of the report, what's going to come out. You may have some data which has come to you in a journalist capacity, but we do not have the data to talk saying who's a more dominant community or how, because the last census in the country, I think, was conducted in 1931 on caste lines.
Yeah.
After that, on caste lines, I don't think a survey has been taken place in India from 1931 onwards on a caste basis. You may have surveys on other basis for social and economic reasons, but purely based on caste after 1931, I don't think it's taken place in India at all. So therefore, let the report come out, let the Backward Classes Commission table its report, let the government accept it, let's see what the contents are. Why should we jump the ship? Let it come. We will see what the report is, what the demographic details they're talking about, what is the sample size they have covered. There are a host of issues. Let them come out with their details. We will debate it once it comes out, saying the authenticity, the correctness, genuineness, what all the issues that you're bringing out. Let us discuss when it comes out.
Right.
What is the need to now say?
But do you agree,
what's in it?
Prashantji, do you agree that the taxpayers' money, 170 crores, was wasted or not? Or that also you will wait and see?
No, it has already been spent. So therefore, the only recourse for the government is to ensure that the report is tabled. What money has already been spent, and they have prepared a report. Now they have to correct the report.
What is this?
We have
I mean,
heard
I find
the
it
Chief
very
Minister talk about-
surprising. 8 years? Come on. I mean, no government. Look at I mean, Nitish Kumar made. I'm not holding a brief for Mr. Nitish Kumar, but I'm sure you, Prashantji, you very kindly told us the last caste census which took place, and now which is, but 8 long years is a and why I'm talking about Siddaramaiah ji is because he's the chief minister right now, and he's someone who's the champion of the backwards. So it's but overall blame should also go to all the other chief minister of Karnataka who've been sitting on it. Professor Chambi Puranik, who's a political analyst, well-known political analyst, has also joined us. Professor Puranik, I'm talking about after Bihar, there is now a lot of pressure on Karnataka about caste census. Why do you think Siddaramaiah delayed it so much? Because he was the one who initiated it in 2015. Later he said HDK sat on it, he did not want to release it. After that in 2018, some of the parts of the report was leaked. In that they say scheduled caste. Now this is the report which was leaked. Is right at the top, 19%, sir, Muslims 16%, Lingayats 14%, Vokkaligas 11%. Now the entire complexion of it changes. My friend Vijay Grover, he says that listen, no one wants to open a can of worms because it changes the caste matrix in Karnataka, and considering Lingayats and Vokkaligas are influential, that's why they complete radio silence from every chief minister and also of course Siddaramaiah. Your views on it, Professor?
Well, Sudha, just now I heard our BJP friend Prashanth speaking. There is a kind of political manipulation that is involved in placing the Backward Commission report. It has been there since 2015, as Mr. Siddaramaiah himself has admitted. Till 2023, they have not been able to,
Yes.
look into it. But as you said, the leaked information, perhaps it hurts or affects radically the dominant communities, both Lingayats and Vokkaligas, and the OBCs and SCs and STs and also Muslims. They will be on top of it, 19% and 17%. But all the data is very old data also. That is also another reason why the report, I think, is not going to be a very objective one or fair one also, because delay. The more delay you permit or allow, I think there will be a lot of confusion. I think the basic question in India is, including the Bihar survey that has been census report that has been placed by open by Nitish ji. I think there is a question of the credibility or reliability of the data, and also the criteria on which the particular Backward Commission members have looked into it.
Right.
Kantraj report is there. Kantraj report, which is a favorite one for Siddaramaiah and his group. Actually he was very particular. But Kantraj Commission report has its own kind of, wrong calculation, it's alleged. So therefore, that there has been a pressure on Mr. Siddaramaiah when he was Chief Minister. Later also, when Kumaraswamy was there, he was not in a position to release it. So I think it's ultimately it belongs to the kind of situation in which the political parties are definitely going to face wrath from the people, the voters in their from the particular community. So therefore, I think there is a kind of reservation, strong reservation about the reliability.
So Professor, why I raised this question for the South Indian debate today is that amongst all of them, particularly Siddaramaiah has been the flag bearer for Ahindas, someone who's always spoken. Even recently he spoke about Kurubas, he spoke about Ahilyabai Holkar, he spoke about the tribes, he speaks about it, we know what his life is. Also he's made his politics around backwards, right? So I am therefore I asked, why has he been sitting on it? Forget about, okay, he started it in 2015, later there was HDK, Bommai, everyone, but he took oath end of May, June, now again, and there is so much pressure on him. Now he's ultimately said, okay, November I will do it. So there seems to be a reluctance, because you also, like you said, you believe that it is going to change the electoral matrix of Karnataka.